What's going on, everyone? This is Kev, and this is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. And we're gonna start this one out habitual line stepper style tonight. So, what's up, Donnie? What's going on?
Only for the room, baby. What's going on?
Oh shit! Oh yeah, yeah. This one puts me in the mood today. What brings us to the broadcast tonight is that R. Kelly has been found guilty. uh, when you first hear that kind of thing, you think about like, okay, he's guilty of all the stuff he's done to people, correct? Like, all the, you know, yeah, having sex with underage girls, the kind of shit that we've been hearing about for over 20 years. But, he's been found guilty on sex trafficking charges. And
Yeah, he get so he's been found guilty on bullshit. Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No, this particular case started with the all the hoopla about the surviving R. Kelly TV special that came on Lifetime. And then he was put, and then this is the thing that sparked this trial, correct? Because they had already made some kind of deal with all the other little stuff. But why is it that they would say all of this stuff about what he did sexually and then bring him up on charges of this when clearly on surviving or
So,
go ahead.
all right. So I spoke with a female compatriot, a friend of mine. She Bianca, Bianca.
Yeah.
And I was actually talking with her about this subject, and she claims, whether it's true or not, remains to be seen because I haven't seen this, but she claims that this nigga went on Instagram Live because apparently there was buzz before this, and I know this because my wife introduced me to a documentary that was on BBC. BBC is the one that really broke the dam per se and let this start to matriculate out all the bullshit. And they did a interview talking about how R. Kelly was basically molesting these girls and taking these girls from their parents and doing X, Y, Z. So that was the first brick that was pulled from the wall. And then from there, it was people on internet, which, this is typically how this rolls, right? That started to matriculate in and do the little bullshit. So apparently R. Kelly went on Instagram and said something to the effect of, y'all didn't get me for messing with little girls 30 years ago. What y'all gonna do now?
Oh, okay.
To me, to that speaks to a level of narcissism that is just unparalleled. but like, nigga, I talked to you about this before. If I'm pedophile R. Kelly, right,
Yeah.
and I hear all this buzz, nigga, I'm going to book a flight to Cambodia, to Panama, somewhere where there's no extradition, and y'all can kiss my whole asshole, nigga. And I'm gonna put out Chocolate Factory 7 on you bitches, nigga.
Mm.
Because you still gonna listen to the music.
Yeah, yeah,
Thomas
yeah.
told us that. Go ahead.
Yeah. We've been getting a lot of that today. So the thing that we discussed earlier before this broadcast was the fact that there's what outrage can you really show after everything that we've seen? Um, if okay, let's just go all the way back to the R. Kelly tape. The R. Kelly tape that the VHS that was just everybody got the bootleg leg of, and as we discussed, it was like in three different parts. But the one fact I wanted everyone to understand is if that was the case, if this girl was 14 years old and it appeared to be that way, then you were in possession of child pornography. And I know plenty of people that watched that video. Shit, I mean, I didn't get the tape itself, but I saw the tape. It was like we had this little watch party actually in my apartment complex. It was just kind of like there was I think it was like
The whole complex.
I mean the,
The
the,
whole
the
complex. The whole complex showed up.
no man that particular that particular section, man. That, that particular section, all the bros and all the girls, man. There was plenty of females in there too. People just regularly having conversation and shit, and they had this tape playing. And I'll sit up there like,
Nigga,
oh.
I remember going to go get my hair cut, right? And especially back in the day, getting your hair cut was a daunting fucking task. You would be in that barbershop for 72 hours. And the process of you being in that
Damn.
barbershop, your weed man would take about 4 different smoke breaks. The bootleg man would come in. The nigga who's coming sell them some fake Jordans would come in. The DVD nigga came in. It was a cavalcade of niggas coming in, and I remember going into the barbershop, and these niggas was hyped because the bootleg DVD man was in, and he had copies of the R. Kelly sex tape. And I had just barely made the cut in terms of age, because didn't nobody really know how old I was. I was 14 at the time, but niggas thought I was about 16, so they let the shit rock. And I remember they put all the kids up against the wall underneath the TV so they couldn't see the R. Kelly sex tape. Nigga, but we watched the entirety of this sex tape with all the kids under about 14 underneath this wall, nigga. And I remember watching this tape and going, "Oh yeah, nigga, that's R. Kelly. That's definitely R. Kelly, nigga." It was the nigga. The nigga went and set the camera up. He tried to set it up to where it wasn't really conspicuous, but you could still see him fucking, and that was evident by the way he was humping the air in the camera, trying to like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna fuck her right here, right? And then the girl came in, and I remember going, "Oh, that's my age titties. That's 14-year-old titties." Like, I know this because I've seen the girls in my high school, junior high, with titties like this. This is unaged, not through the bullshit, no kids sucking on them. This is 14-year-old body. I was like, okay, she's my age. And then he proceeds to piss on her. And then after we watched that one, there was another tape where this nigga was eating the girl's booty on a chair. And as he eats this girl's booty on a chair, and you see a Grammy.
Like I said, right? The original. You see a Grammy like groceries. Go ahead.
Like groceries, yep. You see a girl getting her booty ate, and there's a Grammy in the background. I'll never forget this shit because niggas was in the barbershop cracking the fuck up. Niggas, is that a Grammy? Is that nigga? This nigga got a Grammy? And somebody came up the stairs and was like, "Kelly," and he got up like, "Huh? What do we Oh, okay, yeah. Let me get back to eating this booty," and went back. And this nigga. This was the cold part. This nigga was able to tell the world that wasn't him, and the girl was able to walk in the courtroom and say that wasn't her. Like, we couldn't see the fucking video footage and go, "Bitch, this is you. You got the same dimple right there. Oh no, this is you. No, that's not me." And we let it all go.
Boy, did we. I mean, like, how much shit did R. Kelly put out after that initial tape? Right. The point is, everybody saw this tape. Everybody knew what this man did. Yet we still supported him. Not like this little fake outrage 2021 shit that we're doing today. And even in today's age, don't pull that shit with us. And I mean, we've seen it all over the internet today. These women don't care. They don't care. This is not some victory for women, at all. So miss us with that.
Yeah, no, I'm putting myself back in the mindset of a 14-year-old. That little girl went back to whatever junior high school she went to and was bragging about fucking R. Kelly. We just gonna call a spade a spade. Do you remember that this sex tape came out? This is a horrible, atrocious act, right? This is a grown-ass man. R. Kelly was what? Late 20s, early 30s?
Yep.
R. Kelly was fucking a 14-year-old. And it wasn't so much as, oh, I just couldn't help myself. Nigga, you was pissing on the bitch. So you took it a step further and did some degradatory shit to the little girl, right? This is a horrible, atrocious act that every single black person watched. And let me, before we go further, I'm not accountable for this. I was a child. So y'all need to talk to the old grown folks that let the shit slide. But when this shit all popped off, do you realize niggas watched R. Kelly piss on a little girl and then proceeded to watch Trapped in the Closet part 1 through 28.
No. Like you gotta go like Chocolate Factory. I mean, and then like
Nigga,
okay, me being
Step in the Name of Love. Hold on. Wait. Do you pull this up? This the cold shit. This is the shit that really fucked me up. This nigga was doing music videos with a mask on as he was the Bandit of Love. Do you understand that this nigga committed a crime, had his video circulating, matriculating through the entire hood? The entire hood saw this nigga fucking a little girl, and he had the nerve to put out a R&B album where he had a mask on after the fact.
man, dude. I mean, what would I mean? Look, if you can see that shit since like I will even go back even further. I mean, since you were a child, I'll even go back to Aaliyah when she first came out. The name of her first album was "Age Ain't Nothing But a Number," and
Nigga said, "You got that vibe,
man,
that vibe."
you done went back to public announcement days. R. Kelly in the pub, like the irony of that shit. R. Kelly in the public announcement.
I really want to know how black women defend this shit. And they run around talking about some goddamn, we were surviving R. Kelly. This nigga said, bitch, you remind me of my Jeep. And you went for it. I don't want to hear none of that shit, bitch. Oh, you remind me of my Jeep. Motherfucker. Are you shitting me? Bitch, wait a minute. So this nigga said you remind him of a Jeep, was pissed on little girls, and you was still outside the courtroom with videos talking about some kid. Kidnap me. Pee on me. Hold me horses. Nah, you bitches is pathetic. I don't want to hear none of that.
Dude. Go back to 12 play. Go back to it seems like you're ready.
Seems like you're ready. Nigga, that nigga had a 12 play because 12 was where he started to play at, nigga. That nigga went to the playground and said, hey, baby, howdy, are you 12? Seems like you're ready. Seems like you're ready. To go away. I just lost my first tooth.
Like, I mean, like shit. Like for someone who wasn't already ready, I mean, already with experience would imply. I mean, didn't he have a song talking about he had to check a ID first or something like that? Like I forgot, was that "Sex Me" or was that 12 play? I don't. I mean, it's been so long.
I think Sex Me was on the 12 play album. Sex Me, babe. Yeah, that nigga. Listen, hey, I'm telling you, I had all of this shit. I used to drive around with 215s on Swole, nigga. I'm a winner. I'm a winner. I'm a winner. I'm a winner in bed, yeah. And let me tell you, we're a community that thought this shit was okay. I don't give a fuck how anybody tries to like spin this and say that this shit was, oh well, it was horrible. No. This nigga was selling out concerts. So I was telling you earlier, I used to get up and go to work, and every morning we would do a carpool. So I would either go to my homeboy's house or pick him up, right? And
Donnie, you there? You borged all the way out. Donnie, Donnie, you borged. All right, can you hear me? Hey, somebody press a one in the chat if you can hear me right now. Get a one. Okay. All right. Shout out to Longo Savage, but yeah, we are talking about the R. Kelly guilty verdict today. Um, okay, y'all can hear me. Cool. Yeah, we're talking about that R. Kelly guilty verdict and how much. Oh, yeah, there it is. There he is. Donnie,
Yeah,
you good?
yeah, I
Okay.
don't know. But yeah, no, I just find it real fucking funny that all these women was grabbing R. Kelly's crotch on stage, and now all of a sudden they surviving this nigga. Bitch, how you surviving a nigga that stuck his dick out there and you was reaching to grab it like it was a lifeline, and he was in the pool? Oh, I'm
Hey,
not
you
gonna
know
be
what
able to
though?
survive. Help me.
Hey, I think you need to go. I think you need to go back a little further than that. Offer a little clarity as to how I got to that because you got to jump to it. But you had went out like when the story began. So go back, rewind it for
Okay,
us.
so basically, yeah, no, I remember I was probably 2021, and I used to go to work every morning. So I would pick up a friend and we would show up at his house, carpool, right? Either he's driving us or we driving him. But we get up to his house every morning, and every morning this nigga was watching a R. Kelly DVD live in concert. And R. Kelly would walk to the end of the stage and he would stick his dick in the middle of the crowd. Basically, he wasn't taking his dick out, but he would just stick his crotch out at the end of the stage and let women feel on him, and they would lose their motherfucking mind. And this was the video he watched. I don't know why this nigga watched it every morning, but he was like, "Yeah, it got me in the mood. You know, bitches feel like that." But one of the songs, "I'm a winner, I'm a winner, I'm a winner, and
Oh,
bitch
that
was
sounds like
losing their
some
mind.
Uncle Luke shit. That sounds like
I,
some Uncle Luke shit.
they lost their motherfucking mind every time this nigga got on stage. They grabbed his dick like it was a lifeline in the ocean. Help, I'm drowning. Throw me a dick rope. And they was just reaching out to grab it.
All right, fair use on any images that are on the screen. Fair use. Listen up. The one thing that kind of perplexed me about surviving R. Kelly is like the point that we're making tonight with this broadcast. This sex tape had been out forever. Yet there were parents on there claiming that their daughters were begging to be around R. Kelly, to go get discovered by R. Kelly. Like not really victim blaming or anything like that, but they should have named surviving R. Kelly surviving them dumbass parents. Like they to me they should be damn going to jail with R. Kelly. Like
I
they
mean, here's what it boils down to, right? You have a daughter, Kev. You have a daughter. Let's say she picks up singing. She has a promising singing career, a great voice. You feel like you you have something. Your daughter could be somebody, and she tells you, "Well, I want to go get with R. Kelly." The first thing out your mouth, because I know you, is going to be hell the fuck no. I don't give a fuck how much she's screaming about it, how much she wants it. It's gonna have to be a conversation. Do you know who this nigga is? Do you know what he did? Right? And all of this is going to take part in the decision making in terms of, do we deal with R. Kelly? Do we not deal with R. Kelly? It's probably gonna be a hell fucking no, right? The majority of these parents, I'm guaranteeing, saw this video, heard the rumors, and then took their kid over there anyway. These
yeah.
motherfuckers didn't give a damn about their kids. They saw dollar signs and they saw the quickest way to get
And they
there was
thought they
who?
could make a come up. They thought they could make a come up after all of
Robert
that
Kelly.
stuff. And I mean, and these were not, if I'm not mistaken, Chicago residents. So Chicago residents understand who R. Kelly is for real and how he's been for a long time. And I'm sure Roger is going to handle this on his show tomorrow. So Roger will fill you in on all of that stuff. Shout out to the Roger Report, our habitual line stepper brother. Oh, long live the habitual line steppers if I haven't said it yet. So there you go.
Now
Uh,
it is.
but yeah, so they knew who R. Kelly was, period. So
Facts.
there's no excuse for this, period. I don't care. Like you don't like Donnie said, it'll be a hell to the fuck no. You're gonna have to find another you're gonna have to find another way. We in the South. Let's go to Miami or Atlanta or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Sing around there a little bit. And then them places funny too. So, I mean, bottom line, at the end of the day, I love my kid, and I love her enough to. It'll be like a. You're right. I don't care how much she screams, begs, cries. No, ain't no R. Kelly ever.
Right,
But
because you do
these
what's best for your
dumbass
child.
parents did.
You do what's best for your child. These parents don't give a fuck about their children. Therefore, what's best for their kid is arbitrary. Oh, well, bitch, you gonna get a record contract? Well, listen, Michael Jackson got his ass beaten to stardom. So you gonna have to get molested into it. Damn, Shaq.
God damn.
Damn. But that's basically what they was doing. I watched the BBC documentary, right? I watched this with my wife, and one of the parents on there, the mother in particular, and the father was weak, but the mother in particular was like, we saw this as an opportunity, and he was like uncle, he was like a big brother, so we trusted him. We sent her out on tour with him. Now she won't come back, huh? What you mean? Yeah, we can't talk to her. We can't, and it was crazy to me because the little girl, well, no, she wasn't a little girl. Let me not say that. She was about 20. So she was grown, and she separated, and she decided that she didn't want to talk to the parents, be with the parents, anything else. And they were following her around. They were calling R. Kelly's manager. And it basically, the whole documentary was a case of self-inflicted wounds. You took your daughter to this motherfucker who, let's be honest, if you listen to R. Kelly, this nigga is on some sexual deviant shit. R. Kelly could never be around my daughter. I would barely trust this nigga around my son.
Done
So
it.
you took your, yeah, can you hear me?
Done it. Yeah, I can hear you. But like, I was just about to add, this dude called himself the Pied Piper of R&B. Anybody remembers the Pied Piper of Hamlin?
Yeah.
I mean, it went from rats. I mean, you know who we call rats in the hood today, and it
Boom.
goes from rats to children. So, I mean, how the irony, basically. But go ahead.
Pied Piper, all while he was wearing that mask. But no, the whole documentary was her. The parents crying about some shit that they really set in motion, and they tried to get the daughter back, and the daughter was still at the quote unquote sex dungeon. Well, you know what? I don't have any fucking sympathies for some grown ass women who went and joined R. Kelly's sex cult. I don't have any sympathy for these parents that took their kids to this sex cult. What I care about is the children who couldn't make decisions for themselves. And as far as I'm concerned, the older generation dropped that fucking ball and continue to let Chocolate Factory, TP2, TP3, TP3 Reloaded, and all that shit come out. It's not my battle at this point. I ain't got a dog in the fight. Like I said, I don't have a dog in the fight. As long as you motherfuckers is out here bumping Trapped in the Closet, you wonder, she got the package, all that shit. I ain't got a dog in the fight. Nope, I'm good. I'm gonna step in the name of love to this day.
Yeah, but I was there for the whole thing. I was there for the whole thing, so y'all can't run from it. I mean, even recently, that whole club thing, when the whole thing first hit, and R. Kelly was singing at that club, and those girls was like, "Take me hostage, R. Kelly, take me hostage." They was in there in droves, you know. And remember, this is all after the fact. Anything after the year 2000, we're pretty much accountable for on this. We should have thrown this man away when it first happened, but we didn't. So I mean, this is where the misplaced fake outrage comes in.
Not it's not a motherfucker in this chat on this that's gonna listen to this recording that's related to a motherfucker that the storm is over, I ain't see clear. Listen, hold on. I wish I would. I was talking to you earlier. Every Sunday, if I'm at home, I got an extremely loud sound system. I get in that motherfucker, drop the windows, and drive from point A to point B, playing I Wish and I Wish remix, nigga. I sure I get some looks. I don't give a fuck what you gonna say to me. What you gonna do?
Man, look at the screen. This is an article that was written in 2013, December 19, 2013. She reminded him of a Jeep though, challenging
Now,
the R. Kelly's musical genius defense.
now I want to point out, had R. Kelly wore this mask while he was fucking that girl, we wouldn't be having this conversation today. But he chose to wear it in his R&B video instead.
So this is the mask. Or was it another?
Nigga,
It wasn't.
that nigga he looked like a nigga Zorro in the Step in the Name of Love video. Do you remember that? Step, step, side to side. I played that at the wedding. My wife was mad at the motherfucker. Her mama was dancing with me, nigga. Oh well. Oh well, nigga. Everything we do. Listen, that nigga, I'm telling you, had this nigga wore that mask during that fucking sex tape, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. Instead, he
Okay.
chose to wear it in his music video to taunt niggas. What you gonna do about it?
Hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
He had it in the come to a hotel and now I give you my room key. There was a couple videos he had that shit in, and I was like, this nigga is the greatest diabolical mind. Yes. That's a diabolical ass nigga.
You talking about this right here?
Nigga. Yeah, nigga. He's on a yacht, nigga. He's on a yacht, nigga. Hold on. Yo, this shit blew me, nigga. This shit blew my mind. Go, okay, type this in. R. Kelly, National Anthem. Let me tell you what kind of innovator this nigga is. You can't even get mad, nigga. The world seen this nigga fucking and pissing on a 14-year-old. You can't even get mad when a nigga do some shit like this. R. Kelly, National Anthem. Play the video. You gotta play the video.
Watch R. Kelly's. You talking about the national? This right here?
Nigga. This shit, I was like, nigga, I've never seen a nigga do the national anthem like this, nigga. How do you get mad at this nigga? How do you get mad at a nigga who sings?
Hold on, I gotta unscreen share and then screen share again to get the sound in. Hold on.
I was like, wait a minute, is this nigga? Hold up, huh? Oh yeah, nigga. It's not. We can even talk about it at this point. R. Kelly is a genius, nigga. He's the molesting, child molester, pedophile genius, nigga. He's a genius.
Yeah. Got to give it to him, man. Let me see if this page ever load. Oh, come on. Where is it? It should be on a YouTube video. Hold on. Let me see. All right, just bear with me, people. Thanks for tuning in, and also let me remind you that to hit that like button if it's your first time here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. This is Black Men Being Brutally Honest, and we are the habitual line steppers. Myself, Donnie, and there's 3 more of us as well. So let me find this R. Kelly Sings National Anthem.
Here, I'm gonna drop it to you right there. So I put it in the chat.
Say what?
I put it in the chat, nigga. I'm telling you, nigga. It's. I was like, yeah, nigga. Well, he might have did it, but these bitches ain't gonna never let him forget it, nigga. That's a rap, nigga. He's the greatest R&B singer ever. Yeah, he got some problems.
He said he injected the music into the world. He said it's too late.
Can you name another artist who has as many albums, songs, tracks, etc. as R. Kelly?
Fair use.
Listen, this nigga, this is the national anthem. The national anthem.
Hey, we ain't gonna catch no fair. No, fuck it.
It's the national anthem. I remind you, national anthem.
America.
Who do you got niggas stepping? Who do you got stepping do the goddamn national anthem, nigga? You not touching this nigga. He's the greatest pedophile on earth, nigga.
He said it's too late. It's too late. We injected the music into the world.
If this nigga came out there with the mask on, it would have been a rap, nigga. There's nothing you can say about the nigga. He's a master pedophile, nigga.
Oh, God. Oh.
Nigga,
Oh.
when they put pedophile in the dictionary, they need to put this nigga with the mask on next to it. I'm telling you, he's a legend.
Oh my God! That's awesome.
Look, nigga, who you know got it like this, nigga. This is after this is after sitting in court. This is after sitting in court and the whole world seeing this nigga piss on a little girl. Fuck you want from me, nigga? I was a kid. I was a kid, nigga. That was your grown ass decision, nigga. You was supposed to let
uh,
that rock, nigga. What
uh,
happened, nigga? Nah,
oh God.
no.
Oh man, you had like the black delegation in the ring.
Listen, every day I think about this shit and I go, this is fucking pathetic, nigga. Like like if my generation was at fault for some shit like this, nigga, and like if this imagine if my generation was at fault, nigga, we would never hear the end of this shit, nigga. That entire generation is on mute. Yeah, I'm a winner. I'm a winner.
But yeah, everybody believing they can fly, man.
That nigga, that nigga got off. That nigga walked out the ring and walked right over to the candy stand.
Oh man. Oh shit. Let's see. Let's see. Let's look at some of these comments real quick. Said Southeast Dusty said Boondocks covered this very well. Yeah, I remember that Boondocks episode. It was what it was Huey trying to, or was it Huey was the older one, right? And Riley was the younger one.
Huey was for it. Tom next door, the neighbor, he was defending. No, he was the prosecution, and Riley was pro R. Kelly. And he was like, "Yeah, I see piss. I'm moving." And it was a whole thing. I'm telling you, nigga, this shit, motherfuckers talked about this shit. The whole black community knew about this, right? This isn't one of them situations where motherfuckers, some people knew about it and some people didn't. The entirety of the black community knew about this. And there's no excuse in it. I'm telling you, I was telling you earlier, when I hit about 18, I fucked this grown bitch. And I remember going in the crib and she put on Feeling on My Booty. And I was like, I really low key wasn't messing with R. Kelly at the time. I'm probably more so because I didn't know what R. Kelly was really singing and shit, like the power, the effect it had on bitches. But I wasn't really listening to it. And this older chick put on I'm a winner, Feeling on Your Booty, nigga. And it was a rap. I remember being like, oh, okay, so this bitch put on own demise, nigga. I'm fucking you with a feeling on your booty, feeling on your booty. Because I always thought the shit was corny, nigga. Feeling on your booty. And this grown bitch put it on, and I got some pussy to it, nigga. It was gospel at that point. Okay. So you can't tell me there's a cancel culture when all these grown ass women knew what the fuck he did. I'm sure all these women saw the video, heard about the video, did everything else, was supporting this man. There's no such thing as a cancel culture. You bitches all of a sudden got a conscience? No. Nah, there's an agenda there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Shit. It was always an agenda. It was like I think a lot of it had to do with this so-called we with the worst of us, the worst representations of us. We had this thing that we do called defend black, and as far as the females go, it was a totally sexual thing anyway. If don't forget, this is the man right here that he's the original eat the booty like groceries. Like, people that were sitting in that room that I was in watching this tape when he was eating the booty. It was like this man got to be stopped. He has to be stopped. Shit like that. Aside from the fact that he had just peed on this 14-year-old girl who wasn't an angel herself, but since she's 14, kids don't know what they're doing. So she's the Vic, kind of. But I mean, I just remember watching this shit, and then it's like, I'm thinking, it's like, how could we be okay with watching this? This is technically child pornography, so people can kick down our door, kick down this door over here, and put us all in jail. I mean, but it had to be the whole. I mean, if they wanted to like round up niggas and just put them in jail at the time, shit, that'd have been the time to do it right there. I just like this is the biggest like, and the fact that we endorsed every little thing after, like, this motherfucker came out with everything from "You Saved Me," and then I think he tried to do another gospel album, and then this motherfucker turned around and then put out a song called "I Want to Marry the Pussy." It's like this dude is all over the goddamn place. But it all goes back to, it's like all of
Nah, that
this
nigga is
was
an extreme
afterwards.
sexual deviant. There's no surprises here. That nigga has had way too much sex entirely too often, and he has some extreme sexual deviance, right?
Yeah.
This nigga, all he sings about is the pussy, marrying the pussy. Nigga, you gonna marry the pussy? What the, huh, nigga? What kind of pussy have you had, nigga? That you gonna marry the pussy, nigga? I've never thought about marrying the pussy, nigga. I've seen pussy
Marry the
to where
woman.
the bitch open her leg and rainbow shoot out, nigga. I've never thought about marrying the pussy, nigga. What have you done, nigga?
Yeah. But yeah, this shit's crazy. And we covered this back. I mean, all of us covered it on our channels back in the day. I mean, Roger covered it, I covered it. Let me see. I covered the whole, let me see if I can find that video. Uh Shoot, then I'll just put it up. I can call fair use on myself, I guess. Fair use, Kev. Don't do nothing. But let me see if I can find it real quick, and then I'll put it on the screen. Yeah. Okay, we got 18 watching, so, and we got 27 likes. So just as you guys walk in, just keep reminding you to hit that like button. Yeah. But I mean, looking back, do you think anybody has any shame? you know, or should we
I,
have any shame for letting this man get by for so long?
it's a lot of quiet in the dark shame. It's a lot of quiet in the dark shame. Nobody will admit that they are ashamed, but it's a lot of quiet in the dark shame. I remember being on Facebook, and I remember this bitch capping very hard, talking about R. Kelly and niggas is pedophile, niggas ain't shit. And somebody went on her profile and scrolled back a couple months prior to this whole R. Kelly's surviving R. Kelly bullshit, and found this bitch was at an R. Kelly concert and was bragging about it, right? So there's a lot of shame. People just are not willing to admit to it. It's because it's the group think narrative. It was unchecked for so long. These people thought that they could get away with fucking, I'm gonna continue. Hell, even today, I'm looking at people talk about the verdict. They said that R. Kelly is going to get money taken out of his basically his royalty checks that come from Sony Music Group whenever it gets streamed, played, etc. So her first question was, is it okay to listen to R. Kelly again? We helping the victims, right? So you coming in with excuses to listen to this nigga, but before then it was taboo, right? That's where we are. The whole narrative of shame is a hidden thing. These motherfuckers is super shameful. They'll never admit to it. R. Kelly wouldn't be around today if women weren't listening to him. You think a bunch of niggas is huddled around listening to R. Kelly just because, or do you think that niggas have figured out the effect R. Kelly has on women, on these bitches, and they're listening to it because it has an effect on these bitches? I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, 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 absolutely. Yeah, I found the video. Hold on one second. Let me see. Let me. Hey, Donnie, hold on 1 second. I got a little thing going. I mean, if you can keep the conversation going just for a moment.
All right. Yeah.
Sorry, hold on.
No, no. So my whole thing is R. Kelly. I don't condone what he did with that little girl. I don't condone his behavior because I don't believe it's the first time. I don't even believe it was the last time, right? I think if somebody quietly put a bullet in that motherfucker head, uh, people, it would have been a couple, oh, this is tragic, but everybody would be like, well, hey, nigga, nigga was fucking little kids. So that's where I'm at with it, right? I do have a problem with the way that they came back 2 decades later and hit him with all these basically RICO charges. This is what they hit the mafia on. They did it because they couldn't defeat the mafia, so they did some slick shit in order to catch the mafia and put them in and incarcerate them in jail, right? That's what I have a problem with. We all know that this nigga R. Kelly is guilty. We all know that he's a terrible fucking human being. Didn't stop you niggas from buying TP1, 2, 3, Chocolate Factory, the various other albums he put out, watching all 38 of the Trapped in the Closets, etc. Right? But now to come back and to put these RICO charges on this nigga to say he's trafficking minors and he doing all this shit, I don't like it for the simple fact that we knew he was guilty back then. Now you've come back and put these charges. It sets a precedent for the average black man today. So now you could be an individual with no money, and a motherfucker says you're doing X, Y, Z. They have a precedence. R. Kelly. Do you have R. Kelly money? I don't have R. Kelly money. That nigga claims he's broke, but I don't have R. Kelly money. I don't have a studio. I ain't got a chocolate factory. I don't have none of this shit. So I don't like none of this shit because I think it's fraudulent. Like I said, if a nigga went and put a bullet in this nigga's head, ain't nobody going to be worried about it because the street justice at this point. Now you have the metropolitan prosecutors coming in and they're hitting this nigga with these bullshit charges. What are they going to do to the average black man who's being accused of some shit? Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. What are you going to do to the average black man now because of R. Kelly? Let's see. All right.
Yo,
So he's
yo,
going.
yo, 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 I'm back.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, this is tell you something. I
I'm
don't
looking
care
for
what women say.
content.
You're
He got favorite gospel song. He knew you was holy.
yeah. Hey, you Borgin. You Borgin. Uh, Donnie, you Borgin bad. Like bad. See if it's a connection issue. Hey, go out and go back in. Yeah, Donnie is hey, yeah, but that nigga Hybrid Impact 83. I always like R. Kelly music, but damn nigga. Southeast Dusty, that's true. Never has been a gang and then niggas listening to R. Kelly together. No, not for real. Here he is. Yo, Donnie. Hey.
Hello?
Shan Jefferson. Yeah, I'm here.
All
Yeah, I
right.
heard it.
Yeah, no, this whole thing is new for me.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah, LaShawn Jefferson, he favored gospel music. He pee on you as holy because decades later, now thinks it's wrong. Damn, how many female co-sign pee on? Uh, See, Infinite Divinity. I be listening to Divinity Pass from Jedi Mind Tricks being labeled terrorists. R. Kelly. Mm, mm. Shoot, yeah, but this is all. Donnie, you there? But yeah, this is all funny right here. You know, here's some of the here's some of the problem with this. You can't really, yeah. And I think there was the point that was being made while I was away from the comments that you can't really stick this one on black men. Nah, I mean, if you're going to do that, you need to be kind of across the board with that shit. I mean, it's like we weren't the one supporting this man at all. We weren't the one posting bail for him. We weren't, we're not screaming at clubs. We're not doing any of that stuff. I mean, once R. Kelly got accused of that, we kind of cut him loose.
Okay, let's do this. Let's do this, right?
Go ahead.
We go take a poll of the last 10 years of an R. Kelly concert. Would you be willing to wager, I don't know, let's say $100 and say that the majority of any, any single concert he's done has been male? Or would you say it's majority female?
I'll have to get out into the females, and I'm willing to put
Right.
up $100 for that.
Uh, I illustrated that pretty fucking clearly when I said this nigga was able to walk to the end of the stage and stick his crotch in the stage for bitches to feel on it. Why? Why would he feel comfortable doing that? It's not because it's a whole bunch of niggas in the middle of his crowd, right? On a consistent basis, there's a bunch of women losing their goddamn mind in the end of his stage. So you're telling me that this is a black man problem? No, because if R. Kelly wasn't being pushed through with all these women buying albums, buying his concert tickets and everything else, R. Kelly would have faded away a long time ago. It would have been a witch hunt for a nigga on the south side of Chicago living in a crack house, right? But they pushed this nigga through, and now this is a black man problem. I heard Jamila Lemieux on that fucking goofy ass documentary say black men weren't protecting her. Well, bitch, the only reason he's even in power now is because black women ran for the gusto. So they was busting grapes to get to this nigga. So don't tell me
Hmm.
that this is a problem that black men did and did. No, baby, that's all on you.
Hmm. Y'all kept him alive. Not us. Yeah, we throw people like that away. I mean, if anybody is accused, and then this plays into like the black man support narrative. Sometimes how we don't support each other, and I mean like it's cool, like it's not cool in a lot of instances, and it's a problem that we've been trying to solve for so long. But it is cool in other ones. Like say for instance, when Michael Jackson was accused of anything, a lot of us black men threw him away. Period. We didn't support that guy. We didn't. We didn't say that he was. Some of us were saying that he was innocent. Some of us was, but a lot of us were saying he was guilty. Yeah, like let's fast forward. Tory Lanez. When Tory Lanez first got accused, guess what? A lot of black men were throwing him away. If he shot her, hey, you know what? He's done. A lot of us didn't wait for facts and information to come out. My point is this: we don't support when we fuck up like that. We don't make all these excuses when a black man does something. And we knew R. Kelly was, we've been knew R. Kelly was gone since the year 2000. But to sit up here and let me bring up this point, get mad because some black man is still listening to his music. Nah, go ahead. Now, what we're suggesting to the black community is you keep doing what you're doing. You keep listening to the man's music because when that tape came out and it was pretty clear what that man was doing, nobody did anything. Nobody was like, fuck this nigga. Nobody. So I don't know. You can agree, you can disagree, you could agree to disagree, but we let that man live. We let him live. Donnie Borgen. I know you're
I'll be
talking,
right
but
back. I'm finna feed some shit. So they making noise and shit. I'm gonna hop off. I'll be right back.
all right, handle your business, handle your business. Yeah, Donnie will be back in a second, but yeah, like I said, if R. Kelly is guilty, then so are we. We didn't cancel him. We never canceled him. You might as well not cancel him now. Let me see. Oh yeah, here it is. I'm gonna share this screen real quick. Let's see. See, let me share this screen real quick. I'm gonna show y'all a past broadcast. This is from a while back. Let's see. It was a broadcast that I called. Let me slide this over. Uh, it's called "The Love and Support for R. Kelly Raises Questions." This broadcast is like an hour and 45 minutes, and no, I will not be playing
Happy
this.
people.
I will not.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm playing. I'm sorry.
I will not be playing the entirety of this broadcast, but just show you some of the this is what we'll do in Hangouts. This to show that some of the stuff that I was bringing up. Let me see.
That nigga's a monster.
Yeah. R. Kelly leaves Chicago jail after posting $100,000 bail. Wasn't that lady that worked at the daycare that did that shit?
No. So he had his bail posted. It was an extreme amount. It may have been $100,000. I'm not quite sure. Back up. It may have been $100,000. It may have been more. But that lady posted that bail, and they absorbed that bail into either restitution or some kind of fines or something. And she didn't get that money back, and it was crazy because he didn't get let on that. They was like, "Nah, fuck that, nigga. You got more fines to deal with." So they kept him in jail. They tried to release that funds, but that lady was done.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, oh yeah. This is something that I think both of us forgot to mention earlier. Is that a lot of GoFundmes were started for R. Kelly when he first went to jail. So this is a headline: R. Kelly GoFundMe fundraiser started by fans. Pop up singer still in jail. I mean, where is the outrage? Where was the outrage? It obviously did not exist in 2018. Well, 2019 rather. Let's see. Let me see. Let me play some of what I said. I mean, I haven't really watched. I should have watched this before I came on, but fuck it. We got time. Of course or not, but I mean, I've heard about.
Just talking about sisters and sisters. I ain't
Yeah,
talking
this
about
is
other
Roger back
folks
in the
and their
day.
people because they not really my concern like that. But when it comes to sisters, sisters do like men with criminal issues.
Donnie, can
They
you
just
hear
they
that?
just do. I've noticed that for years now. So
Again.
So
So
would argue it
come on,
that,
buddy.
but how can you think about it? I mean, at least from a media standpoint, I mean, look at let's give an example: Nicki Minaj and the guy that she's dating, and her brother. So we're not going to make this about. I'm not going to straw man into Nicki Minaj. I just, anybody out there that knows anything about that situation can look it up. But just let's go ahead and get back to R. Kelly. I don't know. It's like, and this is how it always is for me. It seems like when people see stuff on TV, that's when they want to get mad about it. And that's just all there is to it. Now, if Surviving R. Kelly hadn't come out, the argument would still be more split more toward R. Kelly. It just would be. It goes up a little bit, then it dies down. It goes up a little bit again, then it dies down. But at the end of the day, no one has ended R. Kelly successfully yet. And the reason why that is because of shit like this. You're talking about like stuff like this on R. Kelly GoFundMe. Now there are several stories like this. Now whoever Monsters and Critics is, I mean, if they're whether they're a credible source or not. But I mean, I've heard about this from several sources. I just wanted for people to physically see this kind of thing. Roger, have you heard anything about GoFundMe's being started for R. Kelly?
Honestly, as soon as the man went to jail, I started hearing rumors about black women getting together to help bail this man out because his finances are in a mess right now, as they say. So yeah, I actually had been hearing about it. I've been kind of ignoring it because I'm like it's real public and see, I don't want to. I don't even want to say the stuff. I don't even want to say the stuff like that. But yeah, real talk. As soon as the man got locked up and they said his finances were in a mess, so he really couldn't get himself out of jail. As soon as that news broke out, I've been hearing all kind of stuff about black women about to get together to get the man out of jail. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna come up with 100,000 pounds to get him out of jail, and it's sad to me that as much as black men try to do stuff to get things right in the community, that and they don't get major support from black women, but a singer who's made millions of dollars, who's accused of pedophilia, who and there's a lot of reasons to think it's true that he's actually done these crimes. Like again, I know he's innocent to proven guilty, but there's a lot of reason to think that it's true that he has done something wrong. That they could come together and put $100,000 on this man just to make his life a little bit more comfortable right now. You know what I'm saying? Like with all the stuff that black men say that black women need to do or try to help out the community and things like that. I mean, this is a week has not went by and this man done got bailed out. It's crazy. This is crazy, man. This is crazy.
It's craziness, and I'm not saying that there are not people out there that weren't genuine about their outrage for R. Kelly. I'm sure there was, especially victims of abuse, especially those people. But come on, his whole outlook is like these women supporting other women who have come forward, and you have an overwhelming majority go to bat for this man. So my question is, are entities like the Me Too movement going to call these women out for doing this? Because this is major. This is major right here. This ain't something that you can just.
No, they will not.
Nope.
And let me tell you why. Because this is really what its intention is.
All right. Well, yeah. Just to show you what our genuine sentiment was back then, and, just to say, just to let you know where we was then and where we are now. This is what it was. Why is it that we didn't put this guy away when we had the chance?
A flashback to power. It all makes sense now.
Wow. I mean, shoot. What should, like I said, have we no shame as a people? Have we no shame?
We know shame.
No, why would we?
Yeah, too much like right. Too much like right. Mm. Yeah, so hey, shoot. Yeah, I'm playing in the background. It's distracting. Sorry.
It's all good. Yeah, no, I mean, this whole he makes some wonderful music. Ain't that about a bitch? I mean, his main fan base was women, and I just think it's very odd that his main fan base was women. They witnessed him do all the shit that he did, and then continued to be fans all of a sudden until there was a movement that came out of nowhere to villainize a nigga. The nigga's always been a villain. Why all of a sudden now you want to act like he's bad? Y'all still listening to him. So what exactly did you want?
When they say separate the art from the artist type deal, Remember, what's the name back in the day was ragging Roger because Roger said that R. Kelly was his favorite singer and that's who he listened to, and he wasn't gonna stop. Remember how mad she was about that? I mean, when she used to come on our shows, like they would like the what I'm trying to the point I'm trying to bring up is the attitude that was shown toward black men because one guy decides to tell the truth, yet you have all these people out here who publicly uh came out and showed themselves in support of R. Kelly. So if it just when you do people like that, it just make it seem like you're only doing it because he's a black man. But Donnie, you wanted to get in?
Was eloquently put. I'm tapped out. So you
Oh,
got me
okay.
on that one.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Okay.
is
I,
there is there is there
the
much more?
family stuff that came home, so I'm gonna wrap that up.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thanks for coming by. I don't think there's really too much more to say on this topic anyway, except for like I said, just
Just
continue to do
continue
what
to
y'all
do what
doing,
y'all
and I
doing, and
won't
I
shame
won't
you
shame you
because this
because
has been
this
a fact for over 2 decades that this man has been like this. And is if we put it, you can't isolate it and you can't put the shame on just black men. It's pretty much on all of us at this point. So Donnie, do you have any last words?
No, sir. As per usual, I enjoyed the broadcast. I think this was a conversation that really needed to be had. This was fun. Long live the habitual line steppers, my ninja,
All right.
All right.
Long
Long
and
live.
I
live.
believe I can fly.
Touch the sky, all of that shit. So all right, thanks Donnie for coming by. I appreciate it. I'll just say this as a final statement. If I'm going to go ahead and just say cut the man off, then that's a slippery slope. I'm not trying to justify anything by any means of what this man has done. He deserves what he's getting. The fact that they got him on these charges, I mean, I guess they had to get him on something since they didn't get him on the other, which he was clearly guilty of. But we have to question ourselves and we have to question where our hearts and minds are when it comes to things like this, because if we let this slide with this man for so long, imagine all the other stuff that people are letting slide. If you're going to be mad at R. Kelly, be mad at all of it. And this is like a few of the reasons why I would always question why people um, was all over Bill Cosby so much and saying, talking about those poor victims, those poor women. I mean, exalting Andrea Constant with her witch looking ass. And when you got people out there like R. Kelly, I mean, he's even said it himself publicly that it's too late. The music is already injected into the world. And guess what? This is exactly the, 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 this is exactly true. You have accepted this man, you have taken in this man, and he's going to be a household name for a generation to come. And it don't be ashamed now. Like I said, he's going away. He's going to rot in prison. Period. And quite frankly, this is a man that should have been put away long before this. But as a people, we don't do things on our own. We don't move on our own. We pretty much I mean, we pretty much wait for the TV to tell us that, hey, you know what, we can move now. And then we act like that we were always against it. Hey, I'm guilty. After I sat there with all those people and watched that tape, hell, I had a copy of the Chocolate Factory. I had a copy of TP2.com. I like, yeah. Shit, I was looking at my music playlist today. I still got R. Kelly songs in there. So y'all can go ahead and be mad with me about it, but ain't no goddamn point. Period. So I mean, if you are going to outrage about some of it, outrage about all of it. Period. Point blank. End of discussion. I mean, this ain't pretty much on R. Kelly anymore. He's never going to be able to get near people again. This is going to be this is on us. This is on all of us. We just have to understand that we need to do better from this point forward. But don't come to black men talking about where the problem is with us. No, the problem is with you. We are quick as a group of people to cut men off even when they are accused of stuff. We know how to distance ourselves. So take that how you want. But let me check this. Let me check this out. Let me see how many likes I ended up with tonight. Oh, okay. 36 likes. Thank you very much. And thank you for tuning in once again. I like going live and I like talking about stuff like this, and basically we have to understand that we as a people, we have to constantly be aware of things like this. If we are doing things that we should be ashamed of, there will always be people like me to remind you so we can do better moving forward. So anyway, for all of you that tune in on a consistent basis, I appreciate you for sticking with me on a week to week basis. And things are only getting better from here. So like, I appreciate Donnie for coming by. For I saw Officer Charles Faulkner in the audience earlier. Yeah, appreciate all of your support and all of your, you know, getting me in the algorithm. So anyway, this is Kev. Long live the habitual line steppers. Kev, we trust. See you guys next week. Peace.